shot down over the frozen Arctic Ocean, what US authorities describe only as the object. Off Prudhoe Bay in Alaska's far north, pilots in two F-22 fighters established it had no person and no payload.
The object was about the size of a small car.
They're currently retrieving parts of the Chinese balloon to learn more about it. As for today's object,
we do not know who owns it.
Criticised for waiting 8 days to shoot down the Chinese balloon, the president acted within 24 hours of detection this time.
The top military commander in Ukraine said this morning that Russian missiles had penetrated the airspace of Romania as well as Moldova en route to Ukraine. The Moldova is not a member of NATO, came out and confirmed that yes, a Russian missile had incurred in its airspace and was summoning the Russian ambassador as a result. But the Romanian Defence Ministry has just released a statement denying that a Russian missile entered its airspace, but setting out the fact that it had tracked what it said it thought was a cruise missile launched from the Black Sea, moving towards its airspace. The Romanian statement said they thought this missile had come as close as 35 kilometres from Romanian airspace.
Russia is unleashing a new wave of missile and drone strikes on Ukraine, causing emergency power outages for millions of people. Ukraine says it shot down most of the missiles, 61 of the 71 launched at Ukraine Friday. The strikes hit the southeastern city of Zaporizhzhia, and these images show some of the damage, as well as the Kharkiv region, where Ukraine says it shot down several Iranian-made drones overnight. Meanwhile, President Volodymyr Zelenskyy is back in Kyiv after meeting EU leaders in Brussels Thursday. He made a plea for Western fighter jets for Ukraine, and Kyiv has now officially asked the Netherlands for F-16s.
South Korea on Friday announced its first independent sanctions on North Korea, in response to Pyongyang's cryptocurrency theft and other illicit cyber activities. South Korea has decided to impose its own sanctions on 4 North Korean tech experts and 7 organizations under the Reconnaissance General Bureau, the country's military intelligence agency, involved in cryptocurrency heists and cyber attacks in the past. The North is widely suspected of having engaged in cryptocurrency theft to finance its apparently advancing nuclear and missile programs.
Now, South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa has declared a national disaster, a move he says is necessary to tackle a record electricity shortage. The country is currently seeing its worst energy crisis in decades, which is stifling economic growth and disrupting public services. But opposition parties are angry at this emergency declaration. They're accusing the president of overreach.
Chaos erupts in Cape Town's City Hall. Members of the left-wing Economic Freedom Fighters Party stormed the stage where South Africa's president is about to give his annual State of the Nation address. Security, some of them heavily armed, managed to expel the opposition lawmakers.
You're looking at the south side of the main terminal where that plane and the passenger bus made contact. I can tell you there's pretty heavy damage to the underside of the nose of this empty American Airlines A321 that was in the process of being towed at the time of the collision when it swiped the bus, which did suffer some massive damage as well in the front and rear of the bus. I can tell you there are at least a couple of injuries, including the driver of the tug who was towing that plane. A major investigation underway as to how all this happened.